think that if the Nazis were still around, I could probably pass for an Aryan. Sorry, I meant an Aaron Goldstein. I got some Jewishness from my parents. So when I was younger, I was talking to a friend who said that her younger sister was born 9 months after Valentine's Day. He. So I thought back from my birthday. It's January 16th. So you go December 16th, November 16th, all the way back. And 9 months before my birthday, it's April 16th, which to many people might just be a nice spring day. But to the son of an accountant, you know that that's the day after tax season. So I was born conceived tax day 91. We all remember that one. I was an immaculate tax exemption. And fast forward a little bit, and I am in my basement, probably a month shy of my bar mitzvah, and we had this craft root beer somehow, and I'm just chugging them. I probably kill about 3 of them, and I start to fart. And I really haven't stopped since. It's been a problem. My nicknames have included. I got friends here to testify. My nickname's been Bino, even though ironically it really doesn't work. And so it really came to a peak in 9th grade when the substitute Spanish teacher, who everyone hated, kicked me out of class and gave me a detention for farting. Now, this was an opening for the entire student body to really galvanize around me, because they didn't really care about my flatulence. They just really hated the Spanish teacher. So they swept me up and they marched to the principal's office and they said, "Mr. Thomas, Miss whatever made Brian, that Brian right there in the corner, stay after for farting, that one right there, Brian, come up." And they started like a Free Brian campaign, and people would be like, "What's Free Brian?" And like, he shed his pants in class, which is not true at all. I was in the hallway. And then we're gonna fast forward a little more. And we're gonna fast forward to today, where I heard one of the most heroic stories of my life. Truly happened at lunch today at Fox's Deli in Henrietta by my grandfather, 91 years old. He was talking to his friend, 90 years old, about how his son Brian, downloaded Spotify onto his computer. And a few days ago, I went to the Harriet Tubman Museum in Auburn, and with the intensity and verve that the tour guide at that museum talked about Harriet Tubman's exploits, is how my grandfather talked about me downloading Spotify onto his computer. He started with it was a cold, dark night, and my grandson came up to me. He said, "Grandpa, how would you like to listen to any song?" And my grandfather said, "But how? I don't see any CDs or a cassette." And I said, "Get out of the way." This is my grandpa talking. And then my grandson, he put his 2 feet on the ground, firmly on the ground. He leaned over the computer, his back erect against the table, or against the chair. And he was kind of describing sitting, but just with so much passion. And he typed and he went to the Spotify.com. And there was every song from Frank Sinatra. And that was it. And yeah, it was just the most intense, passionate speech I had ever heard. It was a dark night, and 5 dozen slave catchers were surrounding Harriet Tubman in the Maryland Marsh. And Brian saw a pop-up of a Xanax ad, Zyrtec ad, and he quickly clicked on it. And those 57 souls that are now free forever because of Harriet Tubman. And now I can listen to Frank Sinatra, and only Frank Sinatra, whenever my internet works, because of my grandson, Brian. So that was really special. We're gonna end with some very quick jokes. What do you call camping on a cliff?
What?
Intense. And also, it's a little physical comedy. It's my favorite joke. So it's socially acceptable to go like this. Yet for some reason, it looks very weird when you go like this or this. And I don't think that's odd. Thank you very much.